A warm welcome to everyone who has gathered here today for our third session of the Homeopathic Webinar with Masters series. Given the enthusiastic response to the first meditation session by Dr. Sankaran, he has kindly agreed to do a second session today. I don't want to take up too much time, and I want to hand over to him quickly so we can spend most of the time with the meditation, but I do want to quickly go over some guidelines. As everyone knows, your audio and video have been disabled. If you experience any fluctuations, please check your internet. Do not, on any account, post on the chat box once the meditation has started. This would be distracting to the presenter as well as all the participants. Please save all your comments towards the end of the meditation. Once the meditation has ended, please do post your comments in the chat box. This is a guided meditation, so you will get the most out of it if you participate. Here are some general guidelines. If you can switch off your mobiles or put your phone out of the way, try to isolate yourself and sit in a comfortable position. Dim the lights if possible, or if you like, and minimize all interruptions, doorbells, conversations, phones, any electronic reminders. For 30 to 40 minutes, just give this time to yourself and participate in the process completely. If you have any questions subsequently, please email us at hope@synergyhomeopathic.com. I will now hand over to Dr. Sankaran.
Hello and welcome. So in India, a session like this would be called as satsang. And the meaning of this word satsang, sat means truth and sang means company. So the company of the truth, we are right now in the presence of truth, you can say. And what is the way into the truth? The way into the truth is self-inquiry. To ask yourself and to know what your experience is. So I could say that truth is what is, not what it is supposed to be, not what the books have written, not what people have told us, not even the concepts we have created of our own. Truth is none of this. Truth is what is, as it is. So, when we want to investigate the truth, we have to keep all ideas aside, all theories, all philosophies, all concepts. Even the concept of meditation, we have to put it aside. Even the idea that we are going to find something, and whatever that thing may be, we have to put it aside. And what we need to do is to directly experience. Let's start doing that right now. putting away all ideas, concepts, knowledge, philosophy, every idea we put it away right at this moment. Let's do it together. We empty our mind of all these things that are stored there. And we start to experience directly through our experience, through our awareness, not through the mind, not through logic, not through reasoning, not through books, but we start to become aware of our own experience of what is in the here and now, in this very moment. Right now, we start to examine, become aware of what is going on, and we try to experience this directly without any frame of reference. Can we do that right now? It may help to close your eyes and turn your perception inwards to see what's going on. Becoming a kind of observer of your own self, a witness, without any judgment or without any opinion or without any sense of good or bad or right or wrong, or it should be or should not be, just what is, purely as it is. Can we start to become aware? And then, as we do that, as we observe our mind and what's going on inside there, we become a witness and observer of our mind. What can we see? You see, in the holy book of the Hindus, it's called the Upanishad. They give an example of two birds that live together and each is a friend of the other. The one bird is eating the sweet fruit from the tree, and the other bird is on a higher branch of the same tree, and it is not doing anything. It is not eating, it is not flying, it's just sitting there and watching, observing, witnessing this other bird who is active, who is going from here to there, eating this, eating that. And it is experiencing pleasure also. This bird that is eating is experiencing pleasure. When the fruit is sweet, there is pleasure. And then he goes to a fruit that is bitter, and then he experiences displeasure, pain also, bitterness also. So this active bird is always moving, seeking, looking for pleasure. Sometimes he gets pleasure, sometimes he gets the opposite. And he's doing this all the time. Wanting, craving, aversion. He wants the sweet, he's averse to the bitter one. He's sometimes happy, sometimes sad, sometimes upset. Planning, strategizing, imagining. This is our active mind. This bird is the active part of our mind. This active mind is so full of thoughts and emotions and pleasure and pain and good and bad and life and death and all of these opposites. And always moving, this noise, And there's the other bird that is relatively still, it's not moving. It is sitting on a higher branch and observing this active bird going about its activity and experiencing and feeling and emotions and pleasure and pain. But this bird is sitting up there just watching. Can you experience this right now? Can you see that there are these two aspects of our mind? Can you observe? Can you become aware of? Can you become aware of you now as the witness, watching the active mind doing its activity? And these thoughts and imagination and concepts and ideas and pleasure and pain and ego and everything like this. And fear and anxiety. And planning and programming. Can you see this part of your mind? And can you see the other part of your mind, the other bird on the higher branch that simply sits and observes and witnesses? Can you become aware of the active part of your mind and also now the witness part of your mind? Can you see that they coexist and you can locate your consciousness in any one of them? You can be the active mind, you can give it energy and think and move and act and going. You can be there, or you can be in the witness also. Right now, I hope that you are in the witness part of your mind. And how do you know that you're in the witness part? The breath becomes softer. The body is more relaxed. You feel more stable, more still. You are not chasing your thoughts. You are not enacting your feelings. You are just watching. You can also call this like a dream state, because in a dream, a lot of things happen, but you yourself are the witness of the dream. That's why the dream does not have often that kind of impact, because you are a little distant. You dream, you see, you perceive, you witness, you see the dream. So, right now, in the witness state, it's as if you are seeing a dream of your own mind. Don't give energy to your thoughts. Don't chase them, don't follow them. Let them come and go. Be in the state of the witness. And as you remain in this witness state more and more and more, you may come to a state where you are not witnessing also. You gave up witnessing also. You no longer witness to. And where does that leave you? Usually in a state of silence, a deep inner silence. You are not the active mind, you are not the witness mind, you are the silent mind. It's almost like being in deep sleep. The thoughts have come down in frequency. The body is more relaxed. The breath is even softer. You could almost go to sleep now. Experience the state of deep silence that is always within you, a stillness, an emptiness, Become aware of this deep layer of emptiness that is deep within you all the time, even when your mind is active. Yet this silence is also there deep within you. It was always there, it is always there. Only the noise covered it up for the time being, but deep within the noise, this silence is forever. Let's take one more step. You saw that you have an active mind full of thoughts and emotions and feelings and pleasure and pain and plans and past and future. You have a witness mind which is just passively witnessing whatever is going on, not indulging in feelings or activity. And you have a silent mind that is deep within, still and empty and silent, like you are in deep sleep. These are the three states of your mind. Let's take one more step. These three states of mind, active mind, witness mind, silent mind, ask yourself the question, who is it that is experiencing these three states? Who is it that experiences this? Ask yourself. The answer will come, I am experiencing. If I am experiencing these three states, it means that I am none of these. I am not the active mind. I am not the witness mind. I am not the silent mind. Then who am I? I am not the mind at all, because the mind has only these three states. There must be a fourth state that experiences or is aware of all these three states. What could that be? Who is that I who is aware of all of these three states? You have to ask this question to yourself. Try to find it. Look for that I. Who experiences? Who is the I? Who feels the active mind? Who is aware of the witness mind? Who is aware of the silent mind? Ask yourself, look for that I right now. It may happen that when you ask this question deeply, the one who is asking the question will disappear. There is no one there who is asking. There is no one who wants to know. Because all questions arise from the mind. When you go beyond the mind, there is no one to ask the question. There just is. There is just awareness itself. No one to be aware of it. Awareness is. Consciousness is. Being is. Truth is. Just be that. Be the truth. Be the awareness. Be the consciousness. This awareness and consciousness is unlimited. It has no birth, no death, no time, no space, no I, no you. It is, it is, it is all pervading. It is the only thing there is. All creation arise and disappear into this consciousness. Ultimately, only that is. Be that. Just be that. Your body is breathing, lungs are breathing, mind has thoughts, the witness is witnessing, silence is in silence. You are all of this, and more and more and more and more. unlimited. This large self of yours, this big I, not this little limited I, this big I am. That's all you can say, I am. This big I is never going to die because it was never born. It is beyond, beyond, beyond birth and death and time and space and I and the other. Be that. Experience. What you experience is the truth. This is the truth of who you are. No one has to tell you this. You can't read it in any book. You know it by your direct knowledge. Slowly reorient yourself to the present moment. Let your eyes slowly open. How do you feel? How is the experience within you? Let us just go over what we just did. So you have these three states of the mind, as you can see on the screen. You see the active mind has got thinking, classifying, calculating, experiencing, sensing. Also our patterns, which we call, in homeopathy, bryonia pattern, netramure pattern, all our states, responding, reacting, expressing, asking, comparing, our identity, our ego, our pride, our judgments, pleasure, pain, likes, dislikes, our memories, our stories, our fears, our feelings of inadequacy, our attachments, our sexuality, all this crowd our active mind. Can you imagine how many things there are going on all the time? I often give this example, that one school teacher decided to take his class for a picnic, 7-year-old kids. And he took them to a garden, and the bus door opened and all these kids, they ran out into the garden, into the park, and they were running helter-skelter, shouting, screaming, hitting each other, jumping, doing all kinds of oing, 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 oing. This is our active mind. And the teacher himself was standing under the shade of a tree and observing all of these children, accepting them and not running with them, not chasing them, because all these kids are like our thoughts and our feelings. And this teacher is like our witness mind. And then the garden itself is like our silent mind, because the garden is even more stable, even more still than the teacher himself. And it is the background on which all of these things, the teacher and the kids, happen. This is our silence. On silence comes all the activity. It's like a screen in a movie theater on which all the movies play, but the screen himself is silent. But all this, the kids, the teacher, and the garden all exist in a space, in a vast space. And that vast space, the universe, that is our real being. It is all inclusive. Nothing is excluded from that. And in that being, in that fourth state, which is not even the state of our mind, we can say it's a state of no mind. Into that state, from that state we came, and into that we can dissolve. And in dissolution of our own identity, of our own mind, of our own ego, into the universe, into the being, into the, one could say, the supreme consciousness, in that and only that are we going to find true peace, true happiness, true joy, and true immortality. And that is us, that is who we really are. The mind is a wheel that covers the truth. We have to go beyond that. And when we do that by a process of inquiry, who am I? What is going on? And what is behind all of this? Then we can experience the truth. And once we do that, that experience will influence our whole life, because we know that everything else, the mind, even the peace, comes and goes. What is the one that does not change is our true self, is the ultimate truth. And we will find stability in that, and the waves of the mind will not blow us over, take us away, or shake us too much once we are in touch with the eternal truth. And that is the aim of this kind of meditation of who am I and who am I not. That is our question that takes us deeper and deeper. So that's what I wanted to share with all of you today. And thank you so much for joining. It's a great joy to have so many of us together in this satsang, in this togetherness. And may we find the peace and the joy within ourselves, and may we spread this around us, because the other expression of this is love. May we spread this too.
Thank you, Dr. Sankaran, for that incredible and intense experience. I'm happy to announce that Dr. Sankaran will be joining us every week starting April 5th for a new webinar. If you wouldn't mind, Dr. Sankaran, to tell us a little bit about remedies with Rajan.
Well, I thought I'll speak to you about one remedy a week from my practice, from my experience. And through that one remedy, it was, we can compare other remedies and learn more about remedies and people and case taking. So using the remedy as a base, I want to convey my experiences with homeopathy. And we will do that once a week. it will be my great pleasure to share this.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan. This concludes our session for today. We will see you at our next webinar with Dr. Mahesh Gandhi, and the topic is Panic, Anxiety, and Homeopathy. Thank you very much from all of our partners, Homeopathic Medical Publishers, Synergy Homeopathic, HOPE, and The Other Song. That concludes our session for today. Thank you for joining.